Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's another Mythic Monday, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Necronominus Wave Ogre Scale Sir Ucczajk. If Saturday morning cartoons fueled your imagination as a kid and powers your action figure collecting now as an adult, then you're in the right place. Thanks for stopping by, and welcome to Saturday Morning Toy Collector. And if you like my content, please consider subscribing. Articulated Empire is your newest online retailer for shopping for your favorite figures and toy lines like Mythic Legions, Savage Crucible, and Animal Warriors of the Kingdom, to name a few. They ship your orders quickly and securely. Visit articulatedempire.com today and build your empire. All right, this guy is intimidating, not just from a review standpoint for how big he is and how he moves, but also the name. Sir Ucczajk is not the easiest name to remember how to spell or pronounce. There is a look at his bio if you want to pause that and give it a read. We have some beautiful, beautiful artwork. It's probably my favorite back of the package from any figure in this wave, and it's going to be hard to beat because this artwork is just glorious. And then we have a write-up of Mythos. Here we have two cross sales with Necronominus and Sir Ucczajk, who's not coming until the All-Star 6 wave. We'll probably see that sometime this summer. I think they've said the street date sometime in August. He is the sort of bookend to this guy, the line mate. Another brute scale, ogre scale figure. We've got some nice wraparound artwork right there. But let's get this guy opened up and take a closer look at everything this big dude has to offer. Okay, we're going to start out with his accessories, and like most figures in the Necronominus wave, he does come with a skeletal head. That is just part of the story that in the Necronominus wave that Maxilius the Harvester will come and he'll lay waste to the heroes of Mythos and have them ready for Necronominus to raise the dead and bring them back to life. So I think with the exception of Sir Gideon Heavensbrand, who's I guess too important to the story to have him pass away, everybody comes with a skeletal head. And as you can see here, this does not look like a normal human skull. So we've got like some protruding tusks here, so maybe this is more of an ogre or some sort of orc or something. But I do love this. I think it looks great. And while this head will probably never, outside of this review, grace the top of Sir Ucczajk's head, I'd love to see what this looks like on Terpiculi, and I'm sure we can make that happen. So the other thing that we get here is his hammer, and before we get into this nice little guy, we are going to take a look that he does come with two of the standard, heavy weapons handles that we've been getting for a very long time, but they are nicely painted with, they've got like some light silver, and then we have some like sort of like a bluish gunmetal color, but gunmetal is like really dark gray, but this has got a little bit of blue to it, and they both look beautiful. But now we're going to turn our attention to this hammer, because this is the hammer of all hammers. I mean, this looks like it goes to like some sort of jet engine, but that is just so beautifully crafted. It's got this ornate top and then these wings, but if you rotate it forward, you can actually see that this is a face. And boy, this is gorgeous. I would love to know the story of who this guy is and how he got his visage emblazoned on the top of a mace or a hammer. This is just gorgeous. This is so beautiful. And I can't imagine that, I guess if anybody could wield it single-handedly, it would be Sir Ucczajk. But we are going to go ahead and put it on the longer handle, and that's going to be it for accessories, because of course the shoulder pauldrons come on him in the package. We'll just take a look at those when we pull the figure down. Now, I have heard from numerous sources, and I have heard numerous times that This guy is not to be trusted. Even though he looks like an extremely intimidating foe to meet on the battlefield, this guy's not going to stand up very well. Now, I don't know this to be true myself, but so many people who have this guy have told me, put him on a stand, put him on a stand, put him on a stand. Because he will probably take a nosedive off of your shelf, especially if he is front heavy holding this thing. So, even for this review, because I just put down like this whole new display review area, and this is just foam core, and anything that falls on it heavy and sharp is probably going to put a dent in it, and it's going to bug my OCD like crazy. So for the rest of this review, this guy is going on a base. But yeah, just taking a look at this guy, this is absolutely impressive. You know, however he moves, which I don't know because I've just opened him and I haven't messed around with him yet. However he moves, this guy has shelf presence in spades. He just looks gorgeous. He looks like an ornate tank rolling into battle. Or I've heard so many reviewers refer to him as he looks like a walking cathedral. And all of that is true. This guy is gorgeous head to toe, and there is some really nice sneaky reuse in here, you know, when it comes down to the feet, because I never thought those style like orc armor feet would work on a beautiful paladin like this, but he does. And yeah, I just think he looks absolutely incredible, and I can't wait. There's just so much to go over. I cannot wait to get this guy off the base. So let's do that. Let's get him down. Let's punch in on some of those details and take a closer look at this guy. Now, I did say I was going to keep him on the base throughout the whole review, but, you know, right now, while I'm holding him in my hands, I kind of feel like I'm not going to drop him or, you know, whatever. I will say that just messing around with this guy, and I can see that the pauldrons are kind of pushed in all the way. But as you can see, the pieces are kind of, they are kind of loosey-goosey here at the top. I don't think there's anything that's locking down this. I don't know if this is I don't think this is a gorget, but, you know, this whole entire neck piece is very loose. I don't think anything's locking it down. It just kind of sits there. And then you've got these pauldrons, which we've seen before, and they too are, you know how pauldrons work, but they're kind of just, you can just see how they're kind of loosey-goosey here. Kind of finicky a little bit. Let's go ahead and let's see if we could take these off. I want to take this off, and then does this come off without the head coming off? Nope. Let's take a look at the head and then this piece separately. So the head is gorgeous. This is absolutely beautiful. I love the winged look here and here. We've got some scalloped plate right here on the top. The mask does look like it would rotate up like your standard knight helmet, but there is no functionality there. And I would love to know what this guy looks like under his helmet and not with the skeleton. But you've got this beautiful purple and gold paint, little winged motif right here on the front. Yeah, this definitely looks like a cathedral. These could be the columns in the front, or the gold makes me think of a pipe organ or something like that. It's just so ornate and so beautiful, and it looks great, especially when paired with this piece, as it is, you have all these competing shapes and lines and directions that everything is moving in. But this piece is absolutely gorgeous. Look at the sculpted wing motif all the way around. The back is so beautiful. And that little gold, that one little gold dot right there in the middle. And then you've got all of this ornate sculpture and filigree carving in the front with Sir Gideon Heaven's brand's sword right here. And then, these wings coming off on the side, and this little ribbon banner that is actually sculpted and comes off the sides, which is just gorgeous. More of that wing work as it goes around the back, and then this beautiful symbol right here. It is all just so beautiful. And then when you get to the figure itself, you can see how like there we have it. It's just like this, you know, very, very generic, very plain piece of chest armor, which is really nice for this to sit down. But as you can see, there is really no way that unless like the shoulder straps right here are like keeping it down, which I don't think that they are, but I think that would have been a nice little way for them to like lock in like just underneath those, to where it does look like, okay, all right, let me see if you can see this. So if you can see like right here, this little piece, like right there, that little piece, and there's one on this side. There's just ever so slightly a little lip right there. Yeah, maybe you can see it a little bit better right there. And they sit down in the recessed rim of his neck armor. And then I think the idea, you can see how it kind of like fits in like right there. The idea I think is for it to like fit in there, and that's what holds it in. But I mean, and it does. If you get it pressed in really good, yeah, it's not going to move. So that's really cool. I would not want to be on rivet detail, I got to tell you, at the paint factory, because my goodness, this is crazy. Just looking right here, like, I don't know if you can see this or not, but it looks like his armor has taken damage right here, like something heavy has slammed into it, increased it, and damaged it. That looks really cool. I'll be honest with you, I'm going to give the Four Horsemen a benefit of the doubt. I don't know if this is a factory mess up or if that's sculpted on purpose. I don't know. I can't recall anybody pointing this out in a review, so I don't know. Maybe that's just on mine, and maybe I'm giving them too much credit. I don't know. You do have your two shoulder pauldron ports, both here, and then I think these might be for wings. You could put wings in here as well, and that's probably why they have the little cutout in case you want to angle them straight up. But yeah, that looks really nice. Oh, I just noticed there's like a cut like right there across that feather, and that's really cool. A little more damage. I am starting to think that this is sculpted on purpose, because if you look at that, it's right there, but it is also here on this one as well. So maybe if that texture package that was used, or if it was manually inserted by Eric, then he also used it right here, because I can see one. There's damage right there as well, and then a big cut across the shoulder. But look at every freaking rivet. My God. I wonder if somebody has counted how many rivets are on this armor, and then each one of them is painted. I just absolutely love it. Little hints of purple in the elbow armor here, and you've got little gold chains going around here and here. You can see how, even though this is a glued on piece and it's not moving, the elbow armor, you can see that the strap that comes across the front is a separate piece, and it's like loose, which is really cool. You can see some of the chainmail underneath his armor there. So we do have the gauntlets that are separate pieces, and so they're kind of floating. So if you took the hand off, you could slide this off, and I'm not really sure why you'd want to do that. I kind of wish these were more in place. I guess if that's what you wanted to do, you could always go in there and glue them in. We do have this beautiful belt here. It's so ornate, and there's so much going on. He has a little black belt going around the front with a little pouch right here. Probably keeps little candies. That's what I would do. You know, I would, you know, grab one and like sneak it under my helmet. You know, maybe like some Now and Laters or something like that in there. Jolly Ranchers, that's what I would put. I'd put Jolly Ranchers in there. And then we've got the side folds right here, and then the armor in the back. And then we have some, Sir Ucczajk got that cape. And so we've got some of the soft goods by C. Jessam. It's a very shiny material, the purple and the gold. It is wired all the way around, so you can get some posability. And then we've got more of that damage. Yeah, this has got to totally be sculpted in on purpose. Lots of little dents and dings. This guy has seen battle. People have tried, but nobody has taken him down. And then I love this. This is my favorite part of the armor next to the neck guard is this, just because of how like realistic this looks. The brushed metal here, and all the dry brushing and the wash to make this bottom piece looks so realistic. And it is very stiff and hard and kind of doesn't really want to get out of the way. But then you've got this lower piece with the very ornate purple and gold, again, wired, and so it's going to stay in position if you need to. And then we've got all the way down here more buckles and belts and chains, and then the reuse of the feet. Man, this guy is intimidating. So let's get this other head on and see what that looks like. I have to raise the camera up a little bit. And then let's pop on. So if you wanted to have him, you know, no helmet and, you know, undead ogre scale orc, that looks pretty impressive. There's just no two ways about it. Yeah, this guy is crazy cool. So let's get the head back on, get his shoulder pauldrons back on, and do a little size comparison. All right, so before we bring out old Bill Bones Broken Shield here for a size comparison, I just wanted to show off that, okay, this hammer is the size. This hammer is bigger than a standard size Mythic Legions figure. That's just insanity. Could you imagine these two guys facing off against one another in the arena? Oh my gosh, this is just, if this guy wasn't impressive already, like enough, just out of package, you put him next to a standard Mythic Legions and the guy is just towering. It's like, kudos, Four Horsemen. This guy brings it in spades. Now, as far as articulation goes, like we're gonna do the best that we can with what we're working with here, because all of this is gonna start falling off. But the head can rotate. You can get him to look, you know, sort of left and right about that far. He has a little bit of up and down, but not a lot. A little bit of tilt, but not a lot. You got to be real careful with the shoulder pauldrons and the arms. But even with the pauldrons on, the arm can go up about that far. And then taking the pauldron, all right, you don't want to stay on, but it don't want to come off. Taking the pauldron off, you can get the arm to go all the way out and almost at a full T-pose. Like, that's pretty impressive. Arms do make their way all the way around. No bicep swivel. I'm going to go ahead and take this off before it just falls off and dents my foam core here. And then you've got single joint at the elbow. Gets just about 90. Do we have a hinge there as well? We do. We have a really nice hinge. That's really cool. No extra hands. One kind of like splayed out hand would have been a nice inclusion here for this hand here, but the hands are on a hinge and a swivel, so you get some nice mobility there. We're going to have a single ball joint right here at the waist, and you know, so you can get him to go all the way around if you want. Kind of breaks up the sculpt a little bit, and he can bend forward that far, and he can lean back about that far. Legs are going to be, you know, standard, really good stuff. They do go out at an angle, so like if you can see how it doesn't go straight forward, it kind of goes out at an angle because there's just a lot going on down here. We've already talked about that cake. Leg can go out that far and then can't really go back at all. We do have some nice thigh swivel. We can move about that much. We do have a hinge right here at the knee, a swivel at the knee, and the leg, actually the leg doesn't, you know, it doesn't really fight me. That's a nice joint right there, but it only goes back about that far. And then we do have a hinge and swivel and pin. That hinge is really tight, and you know, that's fine. I don't want to work it loose. I need him to have strong ankles because I don't need this guy taking a dive off of my shelf. But yeah, that's the articulation. This guy is not going to be the most mobile, as you would imagine. A creature of this size, a being of this size, with this much armor. I mean, he's basically a tank. He's going to be slow. He's going to be lumbering. He's not going to be able to, you know, have a huge range of mobility. But boy, when he connects with that hammer, good night. This lights out for you. There's just no two ways about it. This guy is a showstopper. He's a stunner, and he is shelf presence incarnate. This thing is gorgeous from head to toe. He's a little finicky. He's a little hard to move. The little bits and pieces kind of like fall off here and there, and they're kind of, you know, loosey-goosey. But I'm not playing with this guy. Like, this guy's going on my shelf to intimidate not just the bad guys of Mythos on my shelf, but also anybody who walks into my room. All right? Now, if somebody breaks in my house in the middle of the night, I'm grabbing this guy because I'm going to bludgeon him to death. This guy is that menacing. He means business. Now, if you're wondering about this gorgeous, gorgeous cape I have on him, that is provided by my friend Curtis Ackerman and his lovely wife, Darla. She makes these beautiful, beautiful capes, soft goods. They're all wired. They're the perfect material. They're the perfect gauge of wire. They look great. If you want any of these capes, definitely reach out to Curtis and the Cabal. You guys know him. You can't miss him. He shows up on our show all the time. He's just a lovely human being. And then reach out and see if he's got some capes left. I also have another one that was sent to me that's for Sir Baradak, and this one is like the black and the burgundy, and whenever that guy comes out, we're going to be putting that on there as well. But this, yes, look, listen, you want to take this guy to the next level, the stand is a must, because you don't want him taking a dive off of your shelf and throwing that cape on him from Curtis and Darla. It's just, you can't beat it. This just makes everything work together. This is a royal tank ready to destroy. So you guys let me know in the comments down below. Do you have the Sir Ucczajk? Are you looking to pick him up? Are you on the fence? You know, what are your thoughts about this figure? Mine, I would have liked to have an unhelmeted head that wasn't a skeleton, and maybe one left hand that was gesturing. I think that really would have just made a massive difference in this guy, just for me personally. But as is, this is a fantastic work of art. Can't say it'll be on my top 10 figures of the year list just because he's so finicky, and you know, it's hard to like play with him and have fun. But from shelf presence wise, like, this guy would take top honors, no doubt about it. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching. I super appreciate it. Please continue to check us out over at Instagram at Saturday Morning Toy Collector. I am your Saturday Morning Toy Collector, Mark, and I'll see you in the toy aisles.